What's happening, everybody? Welcome, Amp Capo here, Black Adonis Games. We are inside of LYRA starter game for Unreal Engine 5. I know it's been a while, guys. I have a new update that I've been working on for my project. So, I've been working on a lot of things. I've been in here as well in LYRA. I've also been inside of the city project. So I'll be doing a little tutorial and just some insight on that project as well. But the first thing I want to do is send thank yous out to all the people who have subscribed since the last time I put a video out. Man, much love, man. I appreciate it, guys. What we are going to be getting into today is going to be the retargeting system, trying to break it down so you guys can get a understanding of it, and hopefully that'll help you. I still haven't gotten the hand thing completely figured out, man. I'm getting closer though, because I did figure out how to manipulate and move the weapons around. I just got to figure out how to access that per character, and then I will be able to fix the hand thing with no problem. But let's go ahead and go in, guys. Let's get it going. I've added a lot to this level. I'm not going to play the level right now. I do have a lot of new stuff going on, though, but I will show that in an update to my LYRA section. The first thing you want to do, guys, is if you have a character, and I will just pick any random character that I have. I'll pick this alien. He has some weird arms anyway, and I'm gonna have to mess with his blueprint, so I'll just go ahead and pick the alien. All right, so what you're gonna want to do is, the first thing is you want to go, and I made a folder just called rigs. You want to try to always separate and do things outside in your own folders, so that way if you have to replace something or if someone updates their content, it doesn't write over your work. So whenever you're doing work, always work in your own folders, and that way everything that you add to the project will always be existent and not be written over. So let's go ahead, and the first thing you're going to want to do, like I got all my rigs in one folder, but I'm just want to show you guys actually just, I'm going to type IK, and you can do this, just go to your content folder and type IK rig, not roig, riog, or whatever I type, rig, my bad. All right, and then you'll see like a whole, like you're just gonna see a few rigs, but you see I got a whole bunch of rigs and stuff. So I'm gonna show you guys what this is all about, okay? So we're gonna go into my rig folder, and first I want to show you a rig, and I don't want to show you the UE5. I want to show you UE4 mannequin rig first. So I'm gonna open that one up. All right, and then when we go inside of here, you're gonna see it is assigned to a skeleton, and you're gonna see that skeleton's hierarchy here. All right, and then you're gonna see a few things that you're probably not used to seeing in Unreal Engine 4, okay? And I'm going to explain this to you, the basics of what you need to do so that you're not confused by this. But definitely go to the IK UE4 mannequin. This is the one you're going to want to work with, because most of the skeletons that you're working with are not going to be already ready for UE5. A lot of content will say UE5 compatible, but their skeletons are not UE5 skeletons. So we want to make sure that we are working and getting things done in progress, and not doing something that we have to go back and do over again. So what I do is I'll take this and I'll move this over to one side of the screen, and then we'll go ahead and we will fill the rest of the screen up here, and then we're going to have to go ahead and we're going to make our own. So make a folder called rigs. Just go to your content folder, go here, and then just click on new folder, and then just call it rigs or whatever you want to call it. I just call mine rigs. All right, and then inside your rig folder, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click in a blank space, go to animation, All right, and this is all the new animation and as well as things that have already been here. But you want to go down here and you want to go to IK rig. All right, so this is creating a brand new rig, and it says pick a skeletal mesh. Whoom, how much more easier can it be? So the one I want to work on is the alien, and I can pick either one of these because they're the same skeleton, so I can use this on both of them. So I'm just going to pick this one. You pick whatever character that you want to work on. This guy has funky arms, so I'm going to put this one in here so I can work on it later and try to see if I can manipulate the arms. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this, and you want to do the same thing. Name it something that you can remember. And so boom, it says alien rig. I already made one. I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to name this one alien rig 2. I don't even know if I actually did this rig. Let me go ahead and take a look and see if I did anything. Yeah, I didn't even do anything with the rig. So this is still a blank rig, so I'll just go ahead and use this one, but I was just showing you to go ahead and duplicate it and make a new rig. So I'll go ahead and delete this one. All right. But once you have your rig done, go ahead and open it like I did here. And you want to put this one on the other side of your screen. So you basically, if you got 2 screens, put it on each screen. I only got 1 screen here, so that's just how I work. And so let's go ahead and here you're going to see a few things that are new. You're going to see everything's grayed out, and you see over here it's not grayed out. This is the IK UE4 mannequin version that's already in the LYRA project. All right, so now what we're going to do is the first thing that you're going to want to do when you go in here and you go inside your rig is you want to go to the pelvis, and you're going to want to go here and you want to say set retarget root, so that this is the root bone that will be just like you see here. This is the root bone. All right, so once you have that done, there are a couple ways you can handle this. If you want to do the things in here first, I think it's not as important. I mean, this stuff is important in the long run, but what's more important is what you see here in this area. But I am going to show you what to do with this once we get done doing this. This is actually the retargeting section here. If you look where the cursor is, and I'm going to show you this. This is what's really important, all right? And you're going to have to do this for any character that you bring in that has its own skeleton, unless it's a UE4 mannequin skeleton that has the correct bone twist and everything is correct. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it this way. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in and you want to click here where it says add chain. And if you want to just, because you're going to have to do all of them, guys, like you can do less, but it's not going to be correct, man. I'm literally telling you that you're going to want to just do all of them. So you're going to want to count all of these from spine down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I just make them a little bit as I go along. So we'll just do it that way. All right. So just click on it, make maybe like 10 or so. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. And then what you're going to do, and this is, guys, I'm going to have a whole video on copy versus clone and when you want to use which. This is a copy situation. All right. So you just want to go here and you want to just copy it. Control C or however you copy, and you just want to go here and highlight this one and then paste. All right, you want to make sure that you highlight the entire thing because you'll have some weird names. I got a few spots where I got some weird names, so make sure that you have everything highlighted. But then the next thing you want to do is you just want to copy the format that you see here. So it says the start bone. This is where the chain is going to start, and this is where the chain is going to end for the spine. It's pretty self-explanatory. So you want to pick spine 1, and then you want to pick spine 3. And guys, it's always going to be in that order. You're going to always want to pick it as the start bone as the lower denominator, and the end bone as the higher digit or higher number, higher denomination. All right, you're just going to want to make sure you do that, because if you don't, it's not going to work. All right, I've already tried it the other way and it does not work. So next, we just want to copy the same thing, and you can name yours how you want to. These are actually the names on the UE4 mannequin. I actually named mine a little different, but you can name them however you want. If you got more shorthand, you can use it. But like I said, you can copy it, go here, and if you want to be sure, you can just press delete. That way you don't have any, see how your stuff on the end, and just make sure, and then go ahead and put your paste in. All right, and then just copy what they have here. You want to do the upper arm left, upper arm, and so you just go find that bone, upper arm left, and you go ahead and put that in that slot, and then you want to end on the hand. So what you're thinking is this, basically this is from the upper arm to the hand. This is the left arm, so that just makes sense. The upper arm will be the high point, the hand would be the low point. Okay, and then you see right away it goes into the left pinky, so this is basically letting you know that that's how detailed it is. You literally have to do the hands. I found out, I thought you could just do the arms, and no, you cannot. You have to actually do the entire hands, and you want to do the same thing. You want to go to the pinky, and you want to go to the left pinky, because that's what it says. So you go here, you go to pinky, and you find the one that says pinky O1L, which is left, and then you do the same thing with pinky O3, and it's usually going to be 1 and 3 pretty much for the skeleton. This is why I wanted to show you on this skeleton, because the UE5 skeleton is different, but this is the skeleton that you're probably going to use the most, because you're going to be, most of the things that you purchase, unless you're purchasing UE5 ready material, not just people saying it's UE5 ready, but it's still a UE4 mannequin skeleton that you have to retarget from. So most people don't have a UE5 ready skeleton in the assets if you're getting them from the marketplace or even other places. So next, you're going to want to just keep doing this, and you got to do this for every single one of these. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more with you, and then you can go ahead and do them on your own, because like I said, it's just pretty much what I'm doing here. It's very redundant. You're just going to copy, you're going to put this one over here, make sure it's cleaned out, paste, and then you want to pick your ring finger. So we're going to go ahead and go to ring 01, and then we're going to go to ring 03 on the left hand. All right, so it's not that bad. It's just very tedious. I usually just use the control copy, control paste. It's just a lot faster. I'm just showing you guys so you can actually see that I'm copying it, and you just continue that for every one of these, guys. We have to do it for every one of these. And the next step I will show you after we come back. So I'll pause, and then I'll be right back when I'm done with this. All right, now once you got that done, go ahead and explain a little bit about what this is. All right, so you can see you have a skeleton here. We move this back out, got a skeleton here. Okay, once it's all blued out, you know that you have it all done. When it's not, it's white. So next we need to set up the full body IK. So what you want to do is press add new solver and just press full body IK. It does the rest, is pretty automatic. The settings are set here. Now for full body IK, you have to do the settings. So that's why when you go here and you click on full body IK, you don't see your pelvis, But all the other settings should be the same. You don't have to change anything else. But what you want to do now is you want to go to your pelvis on the character, and you want to right click and you want to click add settings to selected bone. Okay, and then you'll see that pelvis, it'll fill in for you there. All right, so now you have that there. It's still not here, but it'll fill in, so don't worry about it. You want to definitely make sure you go through each of these, and you want to do the same thing. You want to pick the bone, you want to right click on the bone, and you want to add the settings for that bone, and then you should see the same setup that you see on this side. Okay, so you want to go down and do that for all of those, and then I want to explain this one, then you can go do the rest on your own there. Or we can, these aren't that bad, so we could probably just do them right now. Just go ahead and just right click and then add, and just do it for every one that you see done on the IK UE4 mannequin. Just copy it, you know, pretty much. All right, and they did it for the clavicle. Okay, and we got the upper arm. Okay, and then we got the lower arm. And then you want to go down, and for this hand, this is going to be different. All right, so for the hand, what you want to do is you want to right click on it, and you want to say new IK goal. Okay, and then it'll make you the hand L, and then it'll be the goal settings for the solver. And you do want to click on these and make sure that your yours match up. They should match up the same. Don't twist any bones or mess with any of that stuff. Just leave all that alone. You just want to just make sure that you have all of these settings. And you do see how these are white and these bones are grayed out, but that's because this is the master and this is not the master. This is a just a rig. Okay, so this is a rig coming off of the master. This master is actually, this is a rig with the master skeleton. All right, and then that's just as far as I have it right now. That's what it's been for me. Now, like I said, guys, this is not official. This is just me, you know, working and figuring it out. All right, so you want to do the same thing for the other side. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this out, and then we'll come back. All right. All right, so once you got that done, all right, the next step is going to be, if you go here to this column, we move this back over here so that we can see as much as possible. And we probably can shrink this down some so we can get some more over here. All right, guys, you're going to see here in certain sections, like here on this left arm, it says upper arm hand L and then hand L goal. Okay, now this has something to do with the animation, the IK being driven and being pulled and pushed and all that good stuff. I'll explain that maybe in another video. I'm still literally figuring out a lot of it myself. Like, I understand it, but like using it. But this is just something that, like I said, you want to copy as much as you can from here, because you're going to have to use this to literally retarget the animation to the UE5 skeletons. Okay, so right here where it says left arm, and this is why you want to copy it the same, is because it makes it so much easier to just go from side to side. All right, so here it says IK goal. We've set the IK goal, so now when you click on this, before you would have seen nothing, but now that we've made these IK goals, you're going to see your goals here, and it says hand L goal. So there you go. See how that works. And then for the right arm, we're going to do the same thing. Right arm, we're going to go ahead and do hand R goal. And then for the feet, we're going to do the same thing. So for the right leg and left leg, so that's here. So right leg, we're going to do foot R goal. And for the left leg, we're going to do foot L goal. Okay, now you want to save all that. Okay, so now if you've got all that done, you've got a rig already. Okay, now this guy's pretty messed up. He's got some bone issues that I'll have to probably figure out on another level, but I'm gonna still just use him anyway. That's why I wanted to make this for him. All right, so now when you guys want to go and retarget your animations, okay, you're gonna have to do this for the skeleton on the animations that you are bringing in. Okay, once you do that, you can literally go to your animation blueprint. So we can go ahead, and if you want, I would just browse to the one that you just made. You can close the other one out. What I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and let's get this back to full screen. All right, so let's get this back to full screen, and we are going to go in, and now the next step that you're going to want to make for whatever your character is that you're bringing the animations from, you're going to want to make a retargeter, a IK retargeter. Okay, so if we want to bring the animations to this rig, this is what you do. You go ahead and you right click in a blank space, go back to animation again, and this time, guys, we're going to pick retargeter. It's going to ask you which rig to copy from. Okay, well, we want this alien rig to actually copy from the default UE4 mannequin rig. Okay, so you want to make sure that it says game characters hero / mannequin UE4 meshes. So make sure you read the path. That'll let you know. All right, so you click on that, and we're gonna put this, and I'm gonna put it says here new IK retargeter, so we're gonna put UE4 to alien IK retargeter. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do a save all. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to keep it as short as I can. All right, so what this is the actual what you're going to use to retarget. Okay, so this is the rig for your skeleton that you want to retarget to. Okay, and then this new retargeter that we just made, which is UE4 to alien for me, and you can name yours what you want to name it. You want to double click this now. So now when you go in here, we can blow this up. You're going to see source IK rig asset. You can browse, you can do all that stuff, but you can't change this by just dragging in. It's unfortunate because then you should just be able to copy another rig into this spot, but you can't. That's why you have to build the rig from scratch every time. All right, and then you're going to have the preview mesh, which you can choose whichever mesh you want. I'm going to go ahead and choose the alien because that's the one that I want to use. So we're going to use the alien with helmet. Okay, and then we can go ahead and choose here the rig. Now the rig is going to be the one that you want to use. We want to use the alien rig. So once you do that, you're going to see here, once we open this up and zoom back, your alien's there. All right, so he's going to be right next to the other character, mimicking the other character's animation. That's what this is. All right, now you have an auto mapper here. You want to press auto map, and then you want to go down and check that all of these spots are lined up correctly, that every single bone matches. It should by default because you named them and you did them exactly off of the other. That's why I wanted you to copy everything and paste it from the other rig, from the UE4 IK mannequin rig, because that made it just so much easier. So this works perfectly. So now you should be able to go to the browser, and any animation that this character has, now this character should mimic and play it as well. So if we play this animation, you'll see that both characters play it. And if you watch the fingers, everything should move and match. And the way you want to test that is you want to slow this down, and then you can see, and you can literally watch frame by frame and make sure. And if you see something that's off, it's a 100% chance that you missed one of the targets when you were setting up, like when you put a finger uh, 0 1, middle 0 1, and middle 0 3, like for instance. And you might have put middles to 0 2, or you might have put left instead of right, and so the finger will look incorrect. So you see here it looks correct. It's matching it perfectly. So any animation, it should match perfectly. Now the problem is that this character's had some problems with weapon animations. So I want to go and see. It looks like all of these are ones that already, I think these already work pretty well for the character. But you could press play, and like I said, the character should literally mimic each other. They should do everything the same. Now you see his leg, how his leg is dragging right there. And I want to show you guys this too. Here, these are your retarget phases. So if you turn off the IK root, the character's root is off. If you turn off the FK, then you're going to see here that none of the movement is happening here. So this is basically I guess the full body kinetics. I don't know. But then if you turn off the IK retarget, you just won't have IK if the character does any IK motions or requires IK motions. It won't do or mimic the IK. All right, so we got a leg that's bad here. It's dragging like he's got a gimp leg. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in. All right, so we're gonna go back into the alien rig, and that looked like it was the right leg. So let's go down to right leg, and let's make sure we got everything right here. It says thigh right, ball L. So see how that happened? And that's what I mean. See how he had the leg was dragging? It's because I put ball L instead of ball R for the football. That's the ball of the foot here. So I need to make sure that that says ball R. Now if we save this and we go back into the retargeter and we save, now when we press play, you're going to see that that leg's moving correctly. So that's what that is, guys. Like, that's pretty much the gist of it. All right, so now any animation that is here, if you want to retarget it to the Unreal Engine 5 character, you can do it, because now this matches, this skeleton matches what's going on here. All right, so also this is basically to retarget any animations from this character to this character, but you can use this in any order. Like, you could set this so that this is the master character if it had its own animations, the alien, and then you could set the UE4 mannequin character as the recipient or the target. Okay, so that's pretty much how you set it up, guys. Now when you go into retargeting, I want to show you that right quick. All right, so say we wanted to retarget an animation to the UE5 character that we don't have, like say we got this great sword intro, okay, and it's on the UE4 character, but that's not currently available for the UE5 character. Okay, as long as it works on the UE4 mannequin skeleton, it's going to work on the UE5. And let me show you this. All right, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find this animation. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to browse to it. Okay, and you see it. Actually, we're actually in the retarget. That's not what we want to browse to, my bad. We want to browse to this great sword intro. So that's going to be under animations, and it's called Great Sword Intro. So I'm going to go ahead and browse to it. All right, so here's Great Sword Intro. what you can do now is go to the animation. You choose whatever animation you have. I'm just choosing this one as an example. And you want to go to retarget, right click it and click on retarget animation assets. And if you're familiar with UE4, this is something you're already familiar with. All right, now here, since the animation is working for the UE4 mannequin skeleton already, you can click just UE4 Manny to UE5 Manny, and it will make the animation. Now what I want to show you is the one that we just made was UE4 to alien. So see, and you'll see your alien come up because it's the UE4 to alien retargeter. So this is pretty much how you do it, guys. You have to set that up for your character, and then you should see your character appear every time. It's not like the in the other previous versions, in Unreal Engine 4 versions, where this area may be blank. It's so far I've never had this area blank. It's always shows the character if you do this correctly. All right, so that's a way to know that you're doing it right. Okay, but we want to retarget to 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the UE4 Manny to UE5 Manny, and then I always put the suffix UE5. All right, and then I have a retarget folder, and like I said, guys, you want to always retarget to a custom folder, not into a folder of a project or a kit that already exists, because then if you update that kit and you write over that, it's going to write over your work. So this is a way to kind of help preserve your work. All right, so what we're going to do now is I'm just going to retarget it straight into here. All right, so I'm going to press OK. We know the animation. I'm going to move over here just so we can make sure it's the Great Sword intro. So press retarget. So now you should see Great Sword intro here. If you did it correctly, it won't look weird or anything wrong with it. You'll see your character perform it. All right, so he's performing his intro. And this is on the UE5 character. We could slow it down if we wanted to, so we could really take a look at it, make sure the fingers and everything are working correctly. And it looks like everything's working perfect, guys. So that's pretty much how you do it, man. It's not that difficult to do. It takes a little bit of work. The most tedious thing is all of the bone naming. I'm hoping that they come out with something to make a shortcut for that, because that is ridiculous. That's like taking us back to the Stone Age. So come on, Epic, let's get that together, please. Besides that, though, it's beautiful. It actually, to me, is a much more accurate system of retargeting. And for me, learning this made me understand a lot more about how retargeting and animation works. So I guess I could say kudos to Epic on that one. And that's facts. I don't have a problem giving kudos ever. So that's awesome, guys. That's it. Thank you for checking it out, man. Amp Capo, Black Adonis Games, man. Like and subscribe. More content will be coming. I do have new things going on LYRA, so I will definitely be letting you guys check those things out, and then I will be posting tutorials on those things as well. But thank you. Tell a friend, man. Y'all know how we do it over here. Like and subscribe, man. Amp Capo, Black Adonis Games.